recording. Okay, so I know everyone has played Dragonbane. Just make sure you can move your token. You should be able to double click your token and bring up your character sheet, or you should have access over on the Actors tab on the upper right to pull up your character sheet. I have made a little reference on here. If you go to the journal, it looks like a book. There should be a player reference, and I believe you should all be able to open that. And it's going to talk about all the different kind of weapons, healing and resting, skills. There's a spell list on there. Just if you need something to reference during the game, you'll have it right there. I've also have some.
Want to kill us.
Yeah, exactly. So I may add some optional combat moves. So we've not used these in the games that we've played, but maybe you have experienced this in your other group. But you can't. You don't have to. But if you want to, you can do some of these new moves like find the weak spot, or topple, or disarm, or grapple. Find the weak spot is deadly for people that have armor on because it ignores armor. So Makander, you want to hope that your enemy does not try to find the weak spot. They'll have a Bane on their attack, but if they hit, then your 6 points of armor do not come into play. Topple is useful depending on the initiative order. If you can knock someone to the ground, if someone is prone and you go to hit them, you get not only a boon to your attack roll, but you deal an additional 1d6 points of damage as well. So if you can knock someone down, you guys can really do damage to them. But it kind of depends on where they are in the initiative order. If you topple them, knock them down, and then on their next turn, or on the next action, it's their turn, they just stand up and it kind of goes away. But you don't have to use those special attacks, but if you want to try them, I've got the reference there, and I believe on Foundry it will ask you if you're trying to do a topple, or I think it might call find the weak spot. I think it might call it a stab. It's basically stabbing in, and you have to have a special sort of weapon that has piercing. You can look at the melee weapons, and it will say features if a weapon is piercing or not. It also talks about toppling weapons under the weapon chart, and if your weapon has the toppling feature, then you get a boon to try and knock them over. So anyway, I've got that little reference up there for you all. So let's go ahead and start the adventure here. Any questions before we get started? Going once, going twice? Okay.
I did have a question.
Yes.
So my wizard,
Yes.
He has the ability adaptive, but I noticed he doesn't have a heroic ability. Is that just with that
It's
class?
because he has magic. So that takes the place of his heroic ability. He has access to magic spells, and I believe he is it elementalism?
Yes.
Yep. And so for magic, it's going to be, if you've never used a magic user before, magic will show up as a skill. It'll show up as a secondary skill. So Aodan has a skill level of 15 in elementalism. So if you want to cast a spell, you need to roll that and succeed at that skill. And likewise with any other skill, if you roll a dragon or a demon, you'll get the improvement mark next to that. In addition, casting a spell will cost willpower points. You have 3 magic tricks, Heat and Chill, Ignite, and Puff of Smoke. Those cost 1 willpower point. And then you have 3 spells, Fireball, Gust of Wind, and Pillar, and those each cost 2 to cast. And you can upcharge those by adding additional power to them at a cost of 2 willpower. So you can do a level 1 would be 2 willpower points, a level 2 spell would be 4, and a level 3 spell would be 6. And it should say in the description, if you click on, actually it doesn't say on your spell, but if we go to the little handy chart I made, the player reference, we can go to the spell list and look up under elementalism, we can look up fireball, and so it sends a fireball from your hand to the target. It can be dodged or parried, just like a regular ranged attack. It inflicts 2d6 damage on a hit and sets fire to flammable objects. Each power level be on the first, so if you upcharge it to a level 2, it'll cost you, again, 4 willpower, and it will do an additional d6 or can hit another target within range. If you do it to level 3, it would cost you 6 willpower, and you could add an additional 2d6 or target 2 additional creatures. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Perfect. So to cast a spell, you have to make a roll, you have to spend willpower points, and you have to have that spell prepared. But right now, all of the spells on your sheet you have prepared. Okay?
I have another question, just to be
Yes.
sure. Is my voice loud enough? Because
Yeah, so this is much louder than last time, so I can hear you really
Okay.
well. Can everyone else hear Clara?
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Let me...
Because in the previous recording, we barely hear me. And
Yeah,
was
I could hear you, and I'm thinking, oh, that's super faint. Hopefully she comes through okay. And yeah, it was pretty faint. So this one sounds much, much better.
Good.
I also have, under the journal, do you guys see something that says Player Journal? Do you have access to that?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to take any notes, you should all have ownership of it, so you should all be able to open it up and type in any notes if there's anything you want to remember.
Where is that?
So it should be under Journals. If you click on Journal, you should see the player reference, and you might also see one that says Player Journal. I'm not sure if it's going to be in a folder called the Sinking Tower, or it might just be by itself.
Oh, okay, yes, I see it.
Do you see that? So if you click on that, it will open the journal, and then you can, where it says To the Sinking Tower in big letters, there's a little button you can push. It looks like a pencil touching a box. If you click on that, it will open up the editor, and then you can type in whatever you want. And then there's a little save button. It looks like a little diskette, a floppy disk, that will save it. The downside is only one person at a time can be working on it. So let's say that 2 of you are working on it. Whoever hits save, it wipes out whatever the other person was doing. So we can either specify someone to be the journalist, or just say, hey, I'm writing something in the journal, and then nobody else do it until they've saved it. Alternatively, I could make you each your own journal. Do you have a preference? Not that you would even use these, but it's just there if you need something to keep notes on.
Yeah, I feel like we could probably just work it out between us.
Yeah, I think so. And you could either nominate someone to keep notes. You really don't need to keep a ton of notes, but you never know. May come in handy. If you're like me, you like to write things down when you're playing. But
who knows? There might be things that later on say, oh,
right.
do you
There might be
remember that
callbacks to
name?
something. Remember that word I used, 2 hours ago? No, I wouldn't be that cruel. Or would I? Let's go ahead and get started. So, the sea wind howls, and the smell of seaweed and decay stings your noses. You pull your cloaks tighter around you as the rowboat cuts through the restless sea toward your destination. Then the fog clears to reveal the sinking tower rising from the water. This is the moment you have all been waiting for, the day when the enchanted stone tower, said to have been built by a mad mage, rises from the sea once more. It only happens once every 20 years, according to the fishermen around the inn's warming hearth, and only stays above water for 2 hours. Then it sinks back into the deep, along with its treasures. There is a ghostly green light glowing ominously at the top of the tower. That is where the sorcerer's emerald is said to be. Perhaps you will be the first to find it. And then, let me send a picture to you. You are not the first to seek what is not yours, but I hope you are the last, says a voice, and you see a one-eyed fisherman sitting in a boat near the base of the tower. Who I am does not matter. But up in the tower there is something that belongs to me, a green emerald that was stolen from me long ago. Bring me the emerald, and you may keep the rest of the treasures you find in there. In exchange, I offer you an elixir of life. Whoever drinks this is brought back from the realm of the dead. Do you accept the bargain?
I do.
I do.
Oh, you do? 2 of you?
How do
Who
we
would-
even know it works?
Well, you're going to have to take his word for it. I can
Well, he
give
has
someone... This, yeah, he's got a boat. He holds up this little glass bottle with green elixir. Who would like to take the elixir?
I mean, I'll take it, I guess.
Prasanna, she will pocket it. Let me transfer this glass bottle with green elixir to your character sheet.
If nobody wanted it.
That shows up now in your inventory.
Thank
If
you.
you click on that and go to the description, it says a glass bottle with a green elixir given by a one-eyed man at the foot of the sinking tower, and under effects it has stabilized the dying. So basically, if you are at 0 hit points and you're making death saving rolls, someone can administer this to you and you will no longer need to make those rolls. You'll be stable. So this may prevent someone from dying. But in exchange, he demands the emerald at the top of the tower.
Yes.
Now I am going to set an alarm because this is a timed adventure.
Oh,
So
Lord.
let me set a timer. Alright, and we begin. You see the tower rising before you. There is an entrance, a door that is open, leading inside into the dark depths. Water still streams from the surface of the tower along with moss. You see the barnacled surface glistening in the sunlight and know you have but 2 hours to make your way to the top to find the emerald. Who goes first?
I am. McKenna.
Of course McKendra would. He's not bothered by water. You entered the first room. Let me pull this up for you. So it should pull everyone to this map. There we are. With a creak, the heavy wooden door opens inwards. The stench of seaweed hits you from inside the tower. A large stone hall, no doubt magnificent in its day, now lies before you like a parody of its former self. The stone floor is submerged under a handspan of water. A mural on the north wall is covered in rotting seaweed. Facing you in the center of the room are 2 tall statues of stone. You glimpse something under the shallow water on the floor between them. Let me send you a picture of the mural. It is an idyllic scene, a cottage by the sea, 2 children playing, birds gliding over the water. You also notice 2 statues. Here is the first. It depicts a cloaked man with a long beard looking straight ahead. The statue's right arm is raised, index finger pointing up.
He kind of looks like Earthen.
He does. In fact, maybe there's some sort of relation there. And then the second statue. The eastern statue depicts a young woman wearing a robe, her face tilted down toward the floor. The statue's left hand is resting on its chest, with its middle and ring fingers extended. In the center of the room, you see a giant hand carved on the stone floor. Beneath the surface of the water, you sense there are stairs leading downwards. Submerged, a floor lies below. And there are 6 round plates of green copper, roughly 1 meter in diameter, embedded in the floor between the statues. How do you proceed?
Mackinder, you're the first there.
Yeah, I'm interested in the stairs, but I think McKenna would try to start a discussion about it. You know, we don't just want to wander off. What are we thinking? Anybody else see anything interesting you're looking for? Otherwise, I'm just taking the stairs.
A mage's tower, so perhaps Aoden will look for any magical traps.
Do you want to spend time looking for this, or just make a quick look around? And this isn't like the solo adventures where there's a threat counter. That doesn't come into play here. So you can take your time. We just have a real-time timer, which is now under 2 hours to complete this quest.
Well, I think while everyone else is heading into the room, I will investigate for any magic traps.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll. And you're looking specifically for magic traps?
Magic traps or regular traps, but with an emphasis on
magic
traps.
Because you know this is a wizard's tower, like you say. Well, that's terrible. Do you want to push that roll, or just assume you didn't find anything?
I will become perhaps disheartened, and I'll push that roll.
Okay. It's tough because there is about 4 or 5 inches of water in this room, so it's maybe tough to see for certain. And clearly, I think you're probably disheartened in real life because of that.
Well, I got the bad rolls out.
You did, yeah. Get those out of your system now. This would be a good time to do that. You give a quick scan around the room, and you're kind of poking with your staff and looking in corners and crevices, and you don't detect that there's any sort of trap in here, but you see those 6 copper discs inset into the floor, and you see that they are in fact not just a decorative piece, but there is a mechanism there, and you think that if something were to be pressed upon it, and you didn't push with your staff, but if something were to push upon it, there may be some movement there.
Well, I will relay that to the rest of the party.
Excellent. Does Makander want to go examine those stairs?
Yeah. Makander's very, very interested in the stairs.
So the stairs lead downwards into darkness. As a mallard, you are skilled in swimming. In fact, you can move your normal movement speed on the surface of the water or in the water. So if you wanted to go for a swim, you certainly could. There are some specific swimming rules that we would have to follow, but it's not outside the realm of possibility for you to swim down there and get a peek around if you desire. But there is no way up in the tower. You only see the stairs down, and then some sort of symbol on the floor, as well as some mechanical plates. Do you want to peer down into that into the darkness?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have up in mind for the emerald. But
Yeah, you need to get up to the top, so maybe the way up is down below.
you never know. I think a duck wants to swim.
Exactly. Let me see if I can. I think I can just pull you to this room. Let me see if I'm able to do this. Is it gonna do it? I don't know if it's gonna let me pull you in here. It's supposed to. Come on.
Oh, I see a different screen now. Yeah.
Oh, there it pulled you in. Okay. So you see the screen with the the eye on the floor?
Yeah.
Perfect. So the cold water is dark and murky, but the outline of what used to be a cellar can be seen in the darkness. You see an image of an eye carved into the stone floor, staring back at you. So you must swim to get around. You need to make a swimming roll. This isn't an action. You also need to make a constitution roll each round to hold your breath. So let me just go over the swimming rules really quickly. So all player characters are decent swimmers. In water, your movement rate is half your movement rate on land, but that's not true for you. You can move your full rate because you are a mallard. You can't make ranged attacks underwater, and melee attacks are performed with a bane. Any difficult maneuvers require a swimming roll, and you get a bane if you're wearing chainmail or plate armor. So if you want, you could take your armor off and then swim down here much easier, but it's up to you. While you're down here, every round you'll need to make a constitution roll just to hold your breath. If it fails, you'll begin to drown, and you'll take some damage until someone rescues you. But if you want to go rooting around down here, you're more than welcome to.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I think the armor is coming off because I do not want to die, and I don't want people to come rescue me.
Right.
So, yeah. Do I just gray out put it at a 0 and?
We'll just assume it's not there,
Okay,
and if it
all
comes
right.
to where we need it, then we'll deal with it.
Fair enough. All right. So I just take the bane off of when I do a swim, or is that
Yeah.
not related to the armor? It is. Right?
I don't think swimming is related to there. Just to make it easy, let me just go ahead and believe I can unequip that. There. Now I don't think you're wearing your armor. Perfect. Yep. So I can go to your inventory, and there's a little like next to your plate armor. I can check the box, and then it will equip it. So right now it's unequipped, like you're not wearing it. Nice. So let me just pull a token down here for you. So you're down here. You swim down to the bottom of the stairs, and you can kind of nose around here. So you see the large eye carved into the floor. It's in the same position and of the same size as the hand you saw up above. In the northwest corner of the cellar, up here, you see a dozen rotting figureheads. These are the shapes that are on the fronts of ships here. And I'll show everyone this. It's just easier than singling it out. Their grinning faces force you to make a will roll against fears. This is a fear roll. So go ahead and give me a will roll.
Ooh, those are some funny looking boys.
I know. I tried to come up with something cool on Mid-Journey, like some scary, rotten figureheads, and this is what it came up with.
I mean, that would be terrifying. Under,
if
a tower underwater.
Yeah, you're swimming in the dark and you stumble upon these things here.
So you say that was a will roll?
Will, please. Oh, a dragon. Okay.
Wow.
Not only are you not scared, but I'm going to say that you don't need to make a Constitution roll in the next round. And so you're able to swim maybe over here to these barrels. You find roughly 20 broken barrels stacked on top of each other. If you want to search them, you can make a spot hidden roll. Otherwise, you could inspect.
Oh, wow, that's not lucky.
Wow.
Get out of the way of the swim roll, but yeah, there you go. That was just a boon.
Do you want to push that?
Definitely.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
Oh my god.
Nice. Take the dragon. So you won't need to make a Constitution roll for the next round either. So you swim, and if you want to make a spot hidden roll there, you may find something of value.
I'm actually not amazing at spot hidden, but I love looking at stuff.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh.
Let me roll a treasure card for you. Oh, great. So,
oh, wow.
As you're sticking your hand in amongst these barrels, you brush by the blade of a poison dagger. This is a rotten treasure. You need to make an evade roll. If not, there's a chance you get poisoned here.
Very eager.
And everyone up above is like, is he okay? Like, the bubbles kind of stopped. Okay.
You know what? My fate is terrible, so I don't even think I'm going to push it.
You're going to push it? Yeah.
Oh, it's a hard choice. I did just push one, but I don't want to get poisoned.
You don't... Oh, man, a paralyzing poison or a sleeping poison would be awful if you're
underwater.
Under the water.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, that was. I thought that was the 3 as well.
I did too. Oh shoot. Okay.
That's just
You need to beat the potency of this poison. So this is a Constitution roll. This is what's called an open opposed roll. So we both roll, and we roll until there's a definite winner. And so I'm going to roll for the poison. It needs to roll under a 12.
This is Constitution.
And you need to make a Constitution roll. And the poison made it, so you need to make this, and then we continue to roll until one of us fails. Okay, so you should make that Constitution roll. Let's do that again. Oh, man. Okay, let's do it again. This poison is coursing through your system. Holy cow!
Damn!
Man. This is awful poison. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Do you want to push that?
Oh, goodness. I'm at about every condition possible.
Right?
Oh, wow.
And we go again. Okay, there we go. So the poison failed. So now you just need a success here. Oh, you got it. You are going to take some damage, though. You're going to take
All is fair. I cut myself. I mean,
1d6 points of damage. Oh my
Ah.
gosh. Oh. Okay. Go ahead and mark off 5 points of damage. Then you do find something nice in here. You find a gold ring. Let me add this to your character sheet. You needed something after all that. Let me just drag that on to your sheet. Excellent. There is an opening over here in the wall if you want to go check that out. Make one more swim roll.
Yeah, alright. And there's nothing significant that I could discern about this eye, besides for like architecture.
It just looks like it's a carving in the floor, much like the hand was up above. Oh.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I'm actually terrible at swimming. Like the actual stat level.
Right, you think you'd be good as a duck, but...
Yeah. I honestly just not going to push it. I've got too many
Okay.
conditions. So I just waddle around, I guess.
I'm going to say you get over here, but you're not able to squeeze through that gap. And you can see the old wreck of a two-masted ship resting on a rock at the bottom of the sea. It's in terrible condition. There is an opening through which you could swim, but you don't think you can make it that far. Give me an awareness roll. There's a name on the side of the ship, but there's a little bit of kelp kind of covering up the name of the ship. If you want to wait, you can maybe wait until the swell pushes that kelp away to read the name of the ship, or you could just head back. You feel like you've explored everything down here.
Right.
And
I
you're
feel like they're... yeah, it's hard to tell if it's a red herring or... I don't know. It feels pretty significant.
Would I do that to you? Yes, I would. I mean, you've only taken like 3 conditions and lost 5 hit points down here.
Yeah, you know, why not just go even farther from where I could get help?
Right.
I mean, yeah, I think that poison dagger thing was very disheartening. I think I'm probably just going to call that quits.
Yeah, that was terrible. Go ahead and give me a Constitution roll as you swim back to the floor above. There we go. So you make it back to the floor above. Let me drag you back to there. Okay, and so we are all back in the statue gallery. So you return and you look haggard, like you have just been through quite the ordeal. You're dripping blood from your hand. You look a little green, not like a green-headed mallard, although maybe you are. I'm not sure what kind of duck you are. But you're looking a little pale, as though you have faced some terrible foe down there. You come sputtering up to the surface, gasping for air, and you see everyone else here in the room kind of waiting patiently to learn of your demise or success and what you may have found down there.
I found absolutely nothing except for this maybe valuable ring, and I almost died. I try to express that with a bit more emotion, I guess.
We should check the value of that ring. 4d6 gold. This could be worth quite a bit. So it's actually kind of a valuable ring. Let's see what the ring is worth, what you risked your life for. Okay, for 14 gold. So
Good to have a price on my life, yeah.
Yeah, hard living there. But clearly the way up is not down below.
If possible, I would like to inspect the statues.
Yeah, so there are the 2 statues, and I've put pictures of them on the map. So you see the one on the eastern side is a kind of a wise old man holding up his left hand with one finger pointed up, and on the he's on the west. On the eastern side is a young woman with her hands towards her chest, and on her left hand her middle and ring fingers are pointing out.
But I was more asking, like, maybe if there was maybe any buttons on it or something.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden to search those.
or if they can be moved. I don't know. So I'm gonna do spot hidden.
Ooh, excellent. You give these the once over. They are firmly built into the floor here. You cannot shift them, budge them, twist them, turn them at all. Feeling over the surface, it's very smooth stone. It's kind of slimy, like as though it had been submerged for about 20 years and had some slime from the bottom of the ocean coating it for much of this time. But you do not find any buttons or any sort of mechanism on these statues. Give me a Myths and Legends roll with a boon, please.
With a boon? Alright. I will need the boon.
So with the 5, we got it. Whew. So you are pretty confident that this riddle in this room has something to do with those 6 copper discs on the floor, and perhaps there is some clue that could be found in the room, or that you have found, or that someone else has found, or something here that would provide you with the information you need to solve this riddle.
Could I make a Myths and Legends roll on the mural?
Yes, please. Oh, very nice. So, what do you want to know about the mural?
Just see if I can surmise anything that might help us with this puzzle.
So, you find it interesting that the mural depicts young children, a boy and a girl, and yet here are 2 statues, a male and female, but much, much older. In fact, the male looks to be significantly older, and the female still looks young, but of a young adult age, whereas the male looks to be of an advanced age. But could it be that these statues are representative of these children in the mural? Perhaps there is a relation here. Or perhaps, since the one statue looks like a wizard, and this is a wizard's tower, maybe this is a picture from his childhood that brought him much peace and comfort.
I would have a theory, but just a theory. Since the wizard has 1 finger up and she has 2, maybe from his side we have to push the first button and her the second, but I don't know.
There is a picture of a hand as well, so that could be definitely a good theory.
It's good thinking. Do you want to try that?
I mean, yeah, let's go.
Who wants to? The discs look large enough to stand on. Who would like to stand on the discs?
Okay, it's a stand. I mean, I guess I'll do it since it was my idea.
Okay, so which one do you stand on? So we could number them down the left-hand side, 1, 2, 3, and then on the right-hand side 4, 5, and then, well, I can't even hit the circles. 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start with 1.
Okay, so you stand on 1. Does anyone else stand on any others?
I'll see what happens after this, and then yeah.
So, and does Chrisanna? Are you waiting for someone else to do it, or do you ask someone to do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask someone if someone would like to go stand on 5.
Does anyone heed her call?
Seeing nobody volunteer, I think Makanda's done, like touching at his poor little hand. I think he'll stand up on 5.
You'll stand on 5. So
He
number
likes
1,
answering the call.
Number 1 and number 5. A faint rumble is heard from the ceiling, and a stone staircase magically unfolds in the southwest corner of the room. The staircase leads up to the next floor.
Yes!
Let me take you up there. Well done.
Oh my god, I've been lucky with riddles so far. And
You have done great. So, I think we're all here on the Nope, we're missing somebody. McCander is not here yet.
I'm always just slower to load in than the rest.
Yeah,
Just
no
have
worries.
subby.
So for everyone else, well, now he's there. So we're over here by these stairs.
Okay.
Tall bookcases stretching from floor to ceiling, forming a small maze. The sagging shelves are crammed tight with leather-bound volumes, and the room smells of paper and mold. You hear a faint scratching sound coming somewhere. Sounds like the center of the room. So I'm going to put a token down. In fact, I can actually put all of your tokens down here. And then if you want to show where you are moving, I'll put you down here. So, McCander, I'm going to have you go back to where... Well, you're okay there, if you want. You see something.
Okay.
You notice where the scratching sound is coming from. At a desk in the middle of the library sits a robed figure bent over a piece of parchment, scratching at it with his quill. This ghostly scribe seems to be intent upon his work.
This sounds like it could be something that Eoden could help
Yeah,
us.
I was just gonna say, I think McCander would like not like this like spooky stuff, and he's backing up. I think he's nudging out. And
What does Eoden do?
I will approach the scribe.
Give me a myths and legends or a history roll, whichever you prefer.
I don't see history, so I'll go with myths and legend.
You know, and actually, I think I'm mixing up history with another system, so I think it is myths and legends. Do you want to push that roll?
Perhaps I will become exhausted trying to, after wading through all that water. And I'll push that.
Oh, that was almost...
Yes!
You succeed. So you think back through the legends that you have read of this place, and this must be Arladus, the faithful scribe, who continues his service even after death. And you know that at the slightest sound, he will be disturbed and become angered. And so you must tread cautiously.
I will warn the rest of the party quietly.
How do you warn them quietly?
Just shush everyone and tell everyone, or not tell them, but just motion that towards the specter that we should not upset him.
Very good. As McCander and Eoden draw kind of near, he stops writing for a moment and almost looks to turn around. I'm going to have you both give me a sneaking roll. Oh, let me put your armor back on too, McCander. It's going to be affected by this.
Just to make it worse?
Just to make it worse.
I think I would have put my armor back on almost immediately after getting back
Right.
up, so that's fair.
At least put it over your hand so that doesn't become injured again. There you go. Now your armor's back on. And if at any point anyone needs to take a rest, let me know. Again, you'll have time for a round rest and time for a stretch rest during this adventure.
For Bane, I can't be too mad at a 12, but yeah, I'm not even gonna bother pushing it. I've got a 5.
So both of you failed that. Do either of you want to push that? Sounds like, is that a no?
Seems like I'm not gonna push it. So
Yeah, you're already like just about.
It's like really
just
no
about
hope.
done in. Then as your steps become louder than you would expect, but this is a quiet library, Arladus turns around and with a loud voice, "Shh!" and he gives you an angry look. He shushes you, and then he goes back to his scratching on his parchment. And it just confirms the fact that you're going to have to be careful. Now, Eoden, where you're standing, you see the image of a ship carved in the stone floor of the center of the room. Just beyond Arladus, you see 3 pedestals. They're roughly 1 meter high, These are these pedestals right over here. On each one rests a book with a symbol engraved upon the cover. The book to the left has a sword, the middle one has a cross, and the one to the right an eye.
Well, there was an eye in the last room, so perhaps it has something to do with that symbol.
In the boat that I didn't investigate.
Yep.
Indeed.
What is Orla doing?
If I can, I'd like to look around in like the corners to see if there's anything there.
Yeah, give me a sneaking roll as you move around, and maybe a spot hidden as well. Okay, so your sneaking was successful. Do you want to push that spot hidden?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, go ahead and take a condition, and then push that roll.
Okay.
Okay, but that's okay. So you were still stealthy. You don't draw the ire of Arladus, but as you maybe you poke around, you could get up into this corner, maybe up over into here. There's bookcases all the way around, and you do not see any way through there. So it looks like the way to the northwest is blocked. There may have been a secret door, but you didn't find it if that's what you were looking for. What is our thief, Krisanna, doing?
She's gonna do something similar, but trying to go more that way.
Yeah. Give me a sneaking roll, and you'll be able to kind of slowly make your way down to that corner. Oh, a dragon! Excellent. So you managed to make your way all the way down there, and I'm going to give your spot hidden roll a boon because of the dragon.
Nice.
Excellent. Right about here, you notice there's a secret door. And it's likely that you would be able to force your way through there. It would take a sleight of hand roll with the Bane if you're trying to do it quietly, but you think you could probably get that door open. So I'm going to move you down there since that's where you're poking around and looking.
With
You
a
don't have to,
Bane.
but if you want to try to open that, you can.
Oh, I do want to try, of course. Oh
No!
Ooh.
I had the two extremes.
You did. Well, the good news is you get to check the box. You get to make an improvement roll on your spot hidden. The bad news is it makes a loud noise as you drop your thieves' tools, and they clatter on the ground. And immediately Arladus turns to you, no longer willing to simply shush you, but he comes at you, ready to attack. Let's start a little combat here. Alright, I'm going to draw initiative cards for us. Okay, so Archmaster Aoden will go first, and then Orla, and then the Librarian's Ghost, and then Makander, and then Krisanna the Bold. Let me begin combat. Okay, Aoden, what do you do?
I think with a little screech, I'm going to move back as far as I can.
You're going to let out a little screech?
Yes, I think that would startle me.
I think I would scream too if a ghost rose up to attack. So you're able to move, and you can take an action, or you could dash and double move if you wanted to.
I think I just want to move back here, and then I can peek around this little bookcase.
Okay, maybe use it for some cover.
Yes, and then cast a spell. I'll try my fireball.
Yeah. So you're gonna give me the. No, do you want to upcharge it at all?
Just a tier 1.
Just a tier 1. Okay. So that is going to be a success, and the ghost is not going to try to dodge that. So if you want to roll damage for me. Not sure what that was.
It looks like it rolled to attack again instead of damage.
Yeah, so let me just take that up. So you'll just roll the 2d8 damage.
Alright.
Did you target the ghost? You don't have to.
I clicked on him, but I don't know if
I don't think he's targeted. Excellent. 8 points of damage. And it looks like he takes the brunt of that fiery damage. Now, the ghost has ferocity too, so he actually attacks twice in each round. So he will attack next, and then it will be Orla. The ghost is going to make an attack. Let's see what it does. And with monsters, they automatically hit, but then you can use your action to evade. You cannot parry a monster's attack unless it says in the attack it can be parried. Let's just see what this guy does. Gaze of the Dead. He towers over a player character. I think it's probably going to be Krisanna, staring into their soul with dead eyes. The victim's life flashes before their eyes, flooding their mind with grotesque visions of dead friends and foes. The victim becomes scared, suffers a fear attack, and must make a will roll with a bane. So, Krisanna, do you want to try to evade that attack? That would take your turn, but it's up to you.
Yes, I want to evade.
Okay, so give me an evade, a dodge roll.
I just want to look at something. Can I use my heart to catch for this?
You sure can.
Alright. So I'm gonna pay 3 willpower to evade with a boon.
Excellent.
Oops, I got you. Wait, yeah, just ignore one. I don't know if we can see.
We're gonna take it. So it gave you an extra +1, but I think any of those would have been a success. Because what's your evade score?
It's 14.
Yeah,
14.
so any of those would have been a success. So it automatically gave you that boon. So so we're good. We're good. Any of those would have been successful. So you managed to avoid. You turn your head just as the ghost. This ghastly face kind of rises up. It's sort of like, have you seen the original Ghostbusters? And they're in the library, and that ghost kind of rises up, and it has a terrible face to try to scare them off. It's much like that scene.
Unfortunately, I have not seen.
You have not. Well, you're not missing anything. But they find a ghost in a library, and it shushes them. And then as they draw closer, it rises up and becomes terrible, and they run screaming from the New York Public Library. But you managed to look away. You avoid that. Orla, it is your turn. You actually have a direct shot at that librarian if you want to take it.
Yeah, so I do have my longbow.
Okay.
So I'll try to hit him with that.
So if you want to try and target the ghost, you can. Just click on him and push T, and it should target him. It should make like some little arrows in the corners of his token. Just click on him and then push the letter T on your keyboard. And then it should... Yeah, now he's targeted. Then go ahead and make your roll. Oh, so that is a success. If you want, you can go ahead and roll damage.
And or I just roll my longbow for that too.
You can just, on the chat screen, you can just click, it should say roll damage.
Oh, okay.
and it will do it automatically.
Awesome.
Otherwise, you would just roll your damage dice plus your agility modifier. So 9 points of damage. However, what happens is, since this is a ghost, it takes no damage. The arrow passes right through it, and you suspect that this can only be damaged by magic, or perhaps fire, since Aoden was able to damage it. But your arrow passes directly through it, and you think, uh-oh. And it's the ghost's turn.
Yeah, I should have known that with the ghost.
Well, yep, now we know. The ghost will attack. It will do a crushing throw. It picks up, let's see, someone with invisible power and hurls them straight into the stone ceiling. Orla, it's going to be you. It's going to pick you up and hurl you into the stone ceiling, dealing 2d10 bludgeoning damage. And then it lets go, and you take an additional d8 damage as you land prone. And you just used your action, so you cannot dodge that. Are you ready to take a beat down here?
Okay.
Oh boy, this might be kind of cruel. You're going to take 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Which, how many hit points do you have? You have 15, so you're going to take almost all of your hit points.
Oh god.
Do you have any armor?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 1 point of armor, so you're going to take 11 points of damage. So you can just go to your character sheet and you can click on all those little bubbles where it says hit points until there are 4 left.
Okay.
Makander, your turn.
Yeah, so Makander's heart has been sinking. This has not been a good journey for him. And
No.
I'm seeing the ghost get up was bad enough. At least it was an enemy to fight, but I think he realizes, his axe isn't going to be super helpful. But seeing what just happened with Orla is horrifying. I'm wondering, my equipped weapons are full, but could I not, light my torch?
Absolutely.
I do have a torch.
Yep, so you could just kind of put your axe away and you can use a torch. And presumably you have someone has a torch lit because it would be dark in here. And it could definitely have been you with your torch. I'll definitely allow that. I don't think that the thief would have carried the torch because she can't be sneaky. Orla's got to use a bow. Aoden could just use his fire. He can cast light. But I think you are the most likely to be carrying that torch. And so you could run up and bash him with the torch. It would do significantly less damage than your axe, but it might actually hurt him.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. How much can I move?
So your movement should be 10, excuse me. So you should be able to move, which would... So they do squares kind of weird in here. So your movement is 8. And so 8 is 8 meters, and each square is roughly 4 meters. But I'm more team fun. I'm going to say you've got enough movement to get up to him. And maybe he's kind of repositioned himself a little bit because he did come over and throw Orla. So if you want, you could move right up to him and just let him have it with that torch.
Yeah, at least this is an enemy. Makander is fine.
Yeah. So if you want to attack him with your axe, it would be kind of the same skill, and then we'll just change the damage on that.
I think I can actually equip my torch as a weapon.
Oh, perfect.
It's like battle axe, yeah.
So you need to beat a 14 to hit with that, and it'll deal
Ooh,
D8 points of damage. And you got a 14.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. So then go ahead and roll damage. 5 damage. He's going to take it. Well done. We would go to Chrysana, but she used her turn to evade that fear attack, so we go to the next round.
Oh, I cannot even move.
Nope, so you used your turn to look away while he tried to frighten you.
Oh, I thought it was just the action. I thought I
So
could move.
yeah, so when you lose, so you get 1 action in a round, and that's movement and doing something else. And so it took your basically as your evade, you kind of ducked away.
Yeah.
But it was probably far better than what may have happened.
Yeah, I know.
Aoden, your turn.
I will cast a fireball.
Excellent.
I'll try tier 2.
Okay. and then that will cost you 4 willpower. You can make your casting roll. That's a success. So that's going to be your normal damage, which is 2d8, and then you'll get, or 2d6, and then you'll roll an additional one. So 7 points of fire damage. And let me just deduct 7 from the ghost. Excellent. And Makander, it is your turn. With your flaming torch.
Yeah, he's mad. He's just gonna keep going. He's
Go ahead
very,
and
very
wail on him.
encouraged by Auden.
Yeah, it definitely seems like fire is doing the trick, and you hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Ooh. Excellent. One more hit, not even that powerful, will take him out. He's got roughly 3 hit points. But it is his turn, and he is going to attack with a toppling bookcase. With a crash, a bookcase topples over on the player character. That's going to be you, Makander, dealing 2d8
right
bludgeoning damage and knocking you down. You're trapped and cannot move or perform actions that require movement, except trying to break free, which will require a strength roll. You cannot evade this because you've taken your action, so you're going to take 2d8 damage, but your armor will help you here. So you will take 4, and your armor blocks all of it, so you actually don't take any damage. However,
Squash.
you are prone, and you are also kind of trapped underneath this this bookcase, and so on your turn, you'll need to make a strength roll as your action to break free. Orla, your turn. And you see Makander, as the bookcase fell upon him, the torch is laying right near his outstretched hand.
How convenient.
Right.
I will take one of my arrows and light it on fire with the torch.
So how about something even cooler? What if you shoot it through the flame of the torch and it ignites as it passes through the fire? It'd be like a real cheesy action movie, but I think it would be awesome.
And I think me getting
Sure,
squashed
let's
is like a
do it.
comedic relief. I think this
Oh,
works.
absolutely.
It's like a
You know,
great.
oh yeah, and you hold up the torch and the arrow flies through the torch and hits the ghost. I say go for it. That sounds awesome.
Let's do it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. Ooh. Do you want to push that roll?
Yes.
I think you probably do.
Yeah.
No. It's tough to get your aim because you're looking through the fire. The arrow passes through the flame but does not ignite, and then it passes through the ghost. It was a bold move. I really like it. The dice were not in your favor, but it's Chris Sana's turn.
I'm just gonna attempt to hide. From
Go
this.
through that secret door and call it a day.
I mean,
So-
Yeah, you broke open the door. I was kind of assuming with that failed roll. I was going to ask about that. Like, you failed because you dropped your tools, but did it, like, is that...
Yeah, I think it
There
opened
is
the
a
door.
there.
That'd be safe. I think we could do that.
Okay.
So if you want to go in that room, you can. Or you can hide. I would just, you would have full cover and you wouldn't be targeted by
Yeah.
the ghost. Do you want to just stay there, or do you want to go into that room?
I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. The ghost. Tome Whack. An old book flies off a bookshelf and whacks the loudest player character with its cover. That's probably Makander.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm, like,
take-
squawking right now.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
It's like Donald Duck when he gets caught in a lawnmower or something.
Exactly.
It will whack you for 2d6 bludgeoning damage, and you will become angry. And then, except armor has no effect except for helmets, and I don't think you have a helmet.
No. I was like, oh, it don't matter. I got armor, but oh.
Yeah. So you'll take the angry condition if you don't have it already.
Yep, got it. I did not.
Perfect. And you will take 8 hit points of damage. Whew.
Are you still okay?
I've got 3 hit points left.
Would his armor protect against some of that?
It said armor does not affect unless you have a helmet. He hits you on the head, and so if you have a helmet, it will reduce damage. Chrisanna, your turn. And now, if you want, you can exchange your initiative card with anyone else that's within hearing. So you could say, like, Makander, hit him with the torch, and Makander could take his action, or you could send it to Aoden, and he could hit him with the fireball, or you can take your
Yeah,
turn.
I'm gonna send it to Aoden.
Aoden, you're up. All you gotta do is hit him, and you'll take him out. You want to push that?
Yeah, I will push that.
Oh, man.
So I become angry.
Oh, shoot.
No.
So the bad thing is you do lose the willpower points. But, you know, it was a bold try. Let's go to the ghost's turn.
Who just murders me?
The Gaze of the Dead. He is going to... Okay, this will be okay. He's going to tower over Makander, who he just threw a bookcase on, hit him with the book, and now you're going to take the scared condition. You can... Oh, you've already got... Then you'll take a different condition.
Oh, I've only got one left now that I've taken days.
And then you have to make a will roll with a Bane. This is on the fear table.
I've already got a Bane. Do I need to put another Bane on?
It'll be with 2
Yes.
Banes, yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to push that?
I've only got one condition left. At this point, I kind of feel like, why not? Why not?
Yeah, you know what? Go big or go home.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, hey, look at that. Okay. You do not suffer the fear. You are unafraid.
If I die, I'll die brave, you know?
Orla, it's your turn. That torch is still burning there if you want to try another arrow. It sounds like a really cool move.
Yeah, I'll try again.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh! Where was that all this time? And the librarian ghost goes down.
Awesome.
Well done. And you're able to extricate Makander from the bookcase. You notice that all of the books that fell out, and including the one he was hit with, they all have the same cover, which is kind of strange.
What's the cover?
The cover says "The Life and Untimely Death of Magdala," and it's written by someone called Commander, Kamandur, with the help of the scribe Arladus, which is the person that you just destroyed. The soggy pages are difficult to decipher, but if you want to make a languages roll, you might be able to determine something that's in there. And anyone that wants to can look at this with a languages roll.
Nice.
Well done.
Yeah.
Aoden, you know that this tome contains tributes to the late Magdala and curses upon the pirates who killed her. And you wonder if perhaps Magdala isn't the same as the statue of the woman you saw downstairs and the young girl in the mural.
Can I explore this secret passage?
You sure can. Give me a spot hidden roll. And then there are still these 3 pedestals at the eastern end of the room.
Yes. That's
Excellent. So you find that there is. Give me a. Well, actually, I'll roll it for you. Where is it? Scavenge. You find nothing of note. I even gave you a roll on the scavenge table. Darn it. So nothing of note there. What is Orla doing?
I would like to
Yep.
search his desk, maybe.
Search the desk. So he is writing some sort of tome, and the writing looks very similar to the writing you just saw in the book. It's as though he's copying this book out thousands upon thousands of times.
Okay.
So again, those pedestals that are near Aedan, there are 3 wooden pedestals. On each one rests a book with a symbol. The book to the left has a sword on it, the middle one has a cross, and the one to the right an eye.
I think I will go to the eye first, as it was the symbol in the room before. So perhaps that's something to do with the tower.
Yeah. So you touch the book, and as soon as you touch it, you hear a clicking sound, and a door opens up right here. A secret door.
Before we go through there, we might need to rest. I know.
Yeah, I think everyone's
are,
pretty badly wounded.
yeah, pretty badly damaged.
To heal hit points, you'll have to do a stretch rest, which you will all get 1. Is there anyone that did not take hit point damage?
Aedan.
So
Yeah,
Aedan.
I just took willpower.
So if we do a stretch rest, then in fact we can go to the little reference document I've got, the player reference, and you can look up healing and resting. So if we do a stretch rest, you heal 1d6 hit points, or you can heal 2d6 if someone else is tending to you and succeeds with a healing roll. But that person cannot rest during the same stretch. And so if the 2 people that don't have hit point damage want to try a healing roll, the people that are badly wounded
Sure.
can try to regain 2d6 hit points. And then during the stretch rest, you'll also recover d6 willpower, and you'll heal a condition.
I do have a very bad healing, though. I'm warning.
Well, if you don't pass, they'll still just heal a d6. But if you do pass, then it could be quite good.
My roll is a 6, and I
so
rolled
close.
7.
Oh! Aiden got a demon.
Can I take the
Made it worse.
3 that it turned?
Sadly, no. So your healing efforts are wasted. You do your best,
no,
but it's
I'm
just
gonna
not able to.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna.
Oh, you're gonna push it? Okay.
Oh, I pressed it. Duh.
Because I know Makander is badly wounded, and Orla as well. They're both
I
badly
did-
wounded.
I did
hate
do a stretch
to
rest.
guess.
It says I can
There you go.
use my
Perfect. So, Makander, if you want to heal an extra d6 hit points, you can. And then everyone
roll a
else can
D6 or
heal.
what's it called?
Yeah, roll a d6. An extra 6. Excellent. So then, everyone else, if you're taking your stretch rest now, you can remove a condition, and you can also heal 1d6 willpower points and 1d6 hit points. There should be a button on your character sheet that's a stretch rest, and I believe it does all that for you. Or you can just manually roll the dice.
So
Oh,
under stretch
well
rest, it says
done,
something about
Aiden.
using my memento. Is that something I can do?
That's in Vaesen, to use your memento. Have you ever played Vaesen? Are you playing Vaesen with us on Sunday?
Yeah, I will be, but I've never played it before.
Yeah, so in Vaesen, your memento you can use to heal conditions. It's really, really cool. Instead of hit points, you basically have conditions, and that's how you track your health. And once you lose 4 physical conditions or 4 mental conditions, you're broken. But you can recover by kind of looking at your memento and thinking about better times. But in this game, the memento is basically just flavor. So it looks like everyone healed did... okay, perfect. I think we're all set. So if you go through that door, that secret door in this long tunnel, over here, you see there's a staircase that you'd be able to climb up. Is everyone ready to go up the stairs?
Yeah, I'm eager to move on.
I mean, wait. I think I missed something. What?
So Aedan
Did
picked
we
up a
discover
book and
something?
it opened a door. And then if you
Okay.
go through the door, there was a staircase.
All right.
And so now in this new map, you're all up here. 10 wooden chests are lined up in a fan shape inside the hall, 5 on each side. Along the walls are 5 suits of plate armor, armed with tridents. Through the gaps in the armor, you glimpse the shapes of grinning skeletons. A worn mural is seen on the north wall. Let me show you the mural quickly. The mural, it's a painted scene depicting 2 young people holding hands on a beach. They seem to be surrounded by some kind of magical energy and are floating slightly above the ground, and they look happy. So in this room there are no stairs going up. You see there are 5 suits of armor that look to have skeletons inside of them. There are 10 wooden chests lined up in a fan shape. And there on the ground you see there is a looks like a sun or some sort of image upon the ground. A symbol in the form of a sun carved into the stone floor. Let me pull your tokens out here in case you want to wander around a bit. And I'm going to pause the time right now because my alarm just went off. Suddenly, the ground shakes under your feet, and for a moment it feels like the whole tower is swaying. You hear a distant rumble, and a sinking feeling settles in the pit of your stomachs. The tower is sinking into the sea, but the sound stops as quickly as it started, and the tower stabilizes again. It cannot have sunk more than a few meters. If the legend is true, you have only 1 hour before the rest of the tower disappears beneath the surface. So let me set another timer for an hour. Alright, you got 1 hour to finish this or the entire tower is going down. Okay, you have control of the characters again. What do you do? Anyone?
For once, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not really the doing things guy for puzzles.
Are the coffins like open?
They're not open. But it looks like you could go over and open them if you wanted to.
I'll open.
I kind of don't want to do that.
I don't know what else to do.
Give me a Myths and Legends roll.
Okay.
Ooh. Not quite. You want to push that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, there we go. You suspect that this is a riddle similar to those copper discs, and that there is likely an order or a specific answer to this. What it may be, you are not sure. You know, based on the different symbols you've seen, there's been a ship, and a hand, and an eye, and now a sun. Maybe it has something to do with something like that. You suspect that you have seen something that may be the answer to this riddle. But without having rolled a dragon, I can't tell you what that was. But I can tell you that you do have the answers you need. And I'm going to preface this by saying this is actually kind of a hard riddle. So if it becomes really difficult after maybe 3 tries, if you guys fail it, I'll just give you the answer and we'll move on. Because I could see people being stuck here for a long time.
Alright, well, I don't want to, waste my time waiting in the back. Can I try, a Myths and Legends roll?
You sure can.
I have a Bane. I'm not going to push it, but, I mean, I don't want to, I'm not just standing.
But if you roll a double dragon, then yeah, I'll just give you the answer. If you get a success, I'll give you one more clue.
Nice.
So you got it. So you see there are 5 chests on the left and 5 chests on the right. And you have a clue that has to do with something involving 5 things. And maybe 2 sets of 5 things.
Can I push? Can I roll for more clues?
Sure. Make a Myths and Legends roll.
Damn! I'm gonna push that.
You want to push that?
I'm gonna push that.
Oh.
Damn! I tried.
So you know it's right here, that there's something here that you're overlooking, but you're on the right track.
And I picked the correct condition too. Like
You did, yeah. I would be disheartened as well.
Oh!
Ooh, Aiden. You recall on an earlier floor there were something to do with hands, with 5 fingers on each hand. And there was a statue, and I think on the left it was holding up a certain number of fingers or a certain finger, and on the right, likewise.
Well, I believe the first statue had its middle finger raised.
Like me when I drive.
Or its second finger. Was it something to do with 2?
I mean, I still have them pulled out, but I don't think that.
Well, so you are on the right track. So one of the statues had 1 finger up, and you think it was the second finger?
I thought so.
So because of your good roll, you know it was the statue on the west. So with these 5 chests, that's going to correspond to that hand.
Okay.
Do you want to open a chest?
I will use my staff to try and prod one open from a distance.
Okay. As soon as you touch the chest with your staff, it comes into contact, you hear the rumbling of movement behind you. You get the staff open, and you hear a rumbling upstairs as though perhaps a staircase is going to come into view. You're maybe halfway there, opening this chest. However, the suits of armor come to life, and we will find ourselves in yet another battle. But you have successfully completed half of this riddle. Let me start a combat here. Roll initiative. Oh, McAnder's not prone anymore. Let's fix that.
Whoops.
Where is McAnder? Get rid of that. There we go. Okay. And we will begin combat. The skeleton will slowly move forward, approaching McAnder. Aiden, your turn.
Well, I will try and get somewhere a little safer and cast a fireball.
And thankfully these are not monsters, so these will be much easier than a monster. Now you can upcharge your fireball and strike 2 targets, or you can do additional damage to 1 target. Or you could upcharge it 3 ways and hit 3 targets.
I will just go with 1 power level.
Okay. Oh, a dragon. Okay. You can deal double damage with your fireball. You can negate armor, which these are wearing plate armor, or you can get your willpower points back and still have the spell go off.
I will negate armor.
Okay. Who are you attacking? The guy in the corner?
One in the top left corner.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll
Nice.
Nice. So I'm going to deal double damage on that one. Oh, that didn't negate armor. Sorry. This guy's dead.
Yes.
There we go. So that one is dead.
Good job,
Orla
Alien.
Moonsilver, your turn. Yeah, Aiden is showing the way. Oh, wrong button. Let me fix that, sorry.
Perhaps he died of fear.
Died of fright.
Yeah.
There we go. You gonna fire at that guy over there?
Yes.
Okay. Draw out your bow and take a shot. Ooh, excellent. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
Awesome.
13. So he does have plate armor, which will reduce it by 6. So he's going to take 7. You know what? He's only got 8 hit points. Tell me how you take this guy out.
Awesome. Okay. So I see them kind of start to move, and so I quickly string out my bow and let fire an arrow that hits him. Does he have like a helmet or anything?
He does. Yep.
Okay.
And it's
well,
open. You can see his grinning face.
Awesome. So it's gonna hit him in that place, kind of right between the eyes.
Oh, nice.
Just crushes through his skull and appears out on the other side. And he's kind of close to the wall, so I'm gonna say the arrow sticks into the wall as well.
Pins him up against the
Yeah.
wall. A magnificent shot. Strikes him right through the gap in his helm, piercing his skull and pinning him up to the wall. We go to Skeleton Warrior number 1. He is going to go after Makander. Oh, move forward. There we go. Get him up here. He attacks you with his trident. And that fails. Makander, your turn.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I'll take it. Nice. He kind of had a plan, but he's just got attacked. He's fine. He's mad.
Oh yeah. Ooh, excellent. Go ahead and roll damage. Tell me how you take this guy out. Too.
Yeah, I think that's exactly lethal, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Right on the money.
Yeah, I just chop his head right in half. It just cleaves through it.
Sweet.
I'm a very angry duck right now.
Nice. Well, so far you've each taken one out. Chrisana, your turn. There is one guy left clear over here in the corner. Oh, sorry, then the guy in the middle. Yep.
And I don't have my big stuff right now. I would. I'm just gonna throw a knife at him.
I like it. At the guy in the center of the room?
Yeah. So I target him with a knife. And I
Ooh. You want to push that roll?
Damn.
There we go. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice. Unfortunately, their plate armor seems to deflect much of that wound. This one's going to double move, and he can make it up to here. And Orla, your turn.
Okay. I'll just use my
Use your bow.
longbow again, yeah. Ooh.
Now, you have an ability, Twin Shot, if you want to use it. When you're attacking with a bow, you shoot 2 arrows instead of 1. You roll just once to hit with a bane. Damage is rolled separately. They can be directed at the same target or 2 different targets.
Yeah, I'll do that
Want
one.
to do that? It'll cost you 3 willpower points. And your roll... Okay, that was a fail, so you probably want to push that.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, do you want both arrows to go against the one you're targeting, or one on each? They do have plate armor, so it may be advantageous to go all on one, or it's up to you. How would you like to deliver this damage?
I think I'll go both on...
The one in the middle, or the one over on the
I'll do
the western wall?
I'll do the one that hasn't taken any damage yet.
Okay, perfect. The one over by Aedan.
Yeah.
Then go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
And then go ahead and roll a 12 and a 5 again. If you need, I can roll those for you.
Yeah, okay.
Want me to roll those for you?
Sure.
Or I think I said a 12 or a 5. 12 and a 6.
Yeah, I was confused when you said 5.
I was confused as well. Nice. That's going to be 14. So he is going to take 1 point, because he has 6 armor. So 1 point from your first arrow. But he is going to take 8 points from your second arrow, which will wipe him out.
Awesome.
And he is down.
Nice
as
shot.
well. Oh, this guy's not in the... Somehow he got left out of combat. Let me throw another token on there.
You accidentally killed him.
I think I did, yeah, and then I brought him back, but it left him out of the combat. He's down a hit point, so let me reduce his hit point by 1. And let me add him to the combat. There we go. Okay. Chrisanna, your turn.
Yeah, I throw him another knife.
Go for it. And then Aedan, you'll be next. And Aedan, if you want to try to topple him with your staff does have the topple. Excellent. Go ahead and roll damage with your knife.
Oh,
unfortunately, his armor's going to block
Not
all of
anything.
that. Yeah. Aedan, your turn. Fireball. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice. So armor does nothing against that. So take the 5. The skeleton will charge up and attack Makander.
I respect that. He's going
Yeah.
down fighting.
He's going after you. He's mindless. He sticks you in the belly with his trident. Oh! Okay.
Poor dragon.
Now, you have not had your turn yet. You can try to parry or evade this, but because he rolled a dragon, you will likewise have to roll a dragon to parry or evade, or you can just take the hit.
Yeah,
And
as soon as I saw that dragon, I kind of accepted the hit point loss, to be honest.
so he can either deal double weapon damage, or he can get a free attack against another enemy, or armor has no effect against the attack. So,
Ooh, That's kind of nasty.
I'm gonna say
I don't really have a choice there, though.
I'm gonna do double weapon damage, which I think is being kind. Yes, that's being kind. It's not that kind, but it's.
That is actually pretty kind.
Yeah, could have been
other
much
options
worse.
Yeah, totally.
And then Makander, it's your turn. Can you take this guy out?
But you block
And
6
that's
of that, right?
Yeah, so he would have taken
automatically.
15, and his armor blocked 6, so he took 9.
Okay.
Hold on, can I ask for a clarification? I forgot what my ability does. Ill-tempered? I know that makes me angry. I'm already angry, but I kind of forgot what it does.
So ill-tempered will you'll get a boon if you're doing a skill roll, and that can be for combat as well if you want. You can get angry and make a sword roll. Now, since you're already angry, typically when you take another condition, or when you take a condition, if you already have that one, you just pick another one. But I think we said last time, let's just say that it doesn't affect him because he's already angry. So you just spend the willpower and you'll get a boon on this attack roll.
Alright, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I will do that.
There we go. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh yeah. That finishes him off. Excellent. Combat ends. We have one chest open. This chest here. Someone needs to do something on the other side.
Is there anything in that chest that I opened?
There. Let me look. I don't remember. No, there's nothing in that chest. So now we need to do something on the chests over here. It probably has something to do with that second statue.
Do I recall how many fingers or which fingers were being held
Give
up?
me a Myths and Legends roll to see if you recall. You do. You recall that the statue looked like this. It looks like it's holding up its middle and ring finger on its left hand.
But does that mean we have to open 2 of them? Or that's the...
Very likely.
So probably 2 and 3?
3 and
or
4.
3 and 4?
No?
Yeah. So probably if this top one is the thumb, then it would be 3 would be the middle finger and 4 would be the ring finger. You want to open those? Yes or no, Aoden? You gonna open
Yeah.
those?
Carefully with my staff from a distance.
You hear the rumbling of stone and a staircase appears. You have bested this puzzle. And you go to the next room. Well done. The entire floor is framed by wooden shelves and workbenches littered with broken glass and what appears to be remnants of old experiments. In the center of the room is a 2-meter-high arched iron cage, and in the darkness inside you see a figure watching you.
Does the figure look familiar?
It does not. I'll post a picture here of what this person looks like. And she says, "My friends, free me at once. I do not wish to follow the tower into the deep. Please, brave, bold adventurers, you, Mallard, you look mighty. Surely you could lift this cage off of me."
Is there something that sounds like insight that we can to see if she's like really good natured or is she just tricking us?
To see if she's telling the truth or lying, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think you could probably give me a roll on that. Probably it could be maybe I'll say spot hidden might tell you if you think she's telling the truth or not.
I'll do that. Oh, I'm angry. That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm scared.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
getting
but-
much of a read. You can tell this person seems to be eager to get out from under this cage.
Right.
So that was
Yeah. Anybody else want to do anything first? Because I am very interested in like helping the weak. I feel very,
Yeah.
like inclined to free this person.
Well, Aoden looks to be looking at a workbench, and you see two specific bottles on the workbenches. One is completely intact and contains a clear red liquid. You also see two glass jars, one of which seems to hold a black spider, and another which has the remains of a small model ship. And this looks to be absolutely pristine in condition.
I think it could have something to do with the picture of a ship we saw in the library.
So yeah, so far you've had a picture of a hand, and there was a riddle to do with hands. There's been a picture of a ship. There was a picture of an eye, a picture of a sun. It looks like there's maybe something on the ground below this cage, maybe another carving in the floor. So Aoden, you're looking at the laboratory. Makander is heading over towards the cage, considering moving it. Orla and Krisana, what are you doing?
I'll look on the other side.
So you see more elixirs and strange bottles. There is you see the glass bottle with a clear red liquid in it. That as you walk past the workbench is
I'm
probably
curious at
over here.
what's that opening here?
The opening over here.
Yeah.
So that looks like there's a small window there, and you can peer outside, and you can see the sea. It looks like you're quite high up in the air.
I don't see anything particular of notice that could be important.
Not from there, no.
Okay.
So Makander, are you going to lift that cage?
Yeah, I think if this isn't pushing it, I think could I roll like a spot hidden as I'm approaching? I just want to
Yeah.
check the cage out. I guess is what I'm thinking.
Yep,
What's going on,
absolutely.
how am I gonna open it? I'm very angry. I'm sorry.
Yeesh.
Oh my god!
Yeah, everything looks fine.
and we can never re-roll a demon, correct?
Nope, you can't push a demon.
Oh.
Right.
But that does check your
Anyway,
box so that you'll get a chance to improve that.
True.
Yeah.
Spot hidden's good skill. Is there any way I can see to open the cage?
It looks like you're just going to have to lift it. This is going to be a brute strength. In fact, it'll be a strength roll with a bane.
Oh, nice.
If someone wants to help, that will give you a... Ooh, you got the dragon, but the
Oh,
14
you
is the
got
one that
stolen
we
the
use.
dragon.
Oh,
So, but you
no.
managed to lift the
Oh,
cage, and as the
yay.
cage slides out of view, you see... this may be super blurry. I'm not sure how well this will show up, but you see there's an image of looks like a giant serpent on the ground underneath the cage. Oops, I think I sent that to you twice. The woman steps out from under the cage. I have a token for her here. She
This is like a pregnant
introduces.
at this moment.
She introduces herself as Captain Beatrix Farsail. I came here seeking treasure with my friend Albric Gleamheart. He fell to a trapdoor down below with those infernal chests. I solved the riddle, but then I became trapped here. Thank you for freeing me. I must go and rescue my friend now. Do be careful. I estimate there is
I-
roughly 30 minutes until this tower sinks into the sea.
I tried to stop her quickly, just saying, was this a mechanism or did someone trap you?
Ah, excellent. She says, "Oh, it was a mechanism. I touched the wrong items in here. Be cautious,
Okay.
for there are many treasures here that are not to be pocketed by." And she looks at you up and down and says the word thieves. Kind of
What?
condescending.
What?
I know,
What?
right?
What? I never.
Her
Me?
saved
Me?
So-
Which thing did she touch?
Oh.
Just so we know not to touch it.
She points out a book. It says, "This is a book of sorcerous concoctions. Do not touch the book. And I do not know what else in here may be of danger." And you notice, Eoden, that the little spider is moving around. It is very much alive inside that jar.
I'm trying to.
Can I investigate the
What
magic?
do I see on the table here? Oh, sorry.
So over here, you see that book. You see the book that she must have touched. You see several empty jars, looks like residue of old potions in there. There's different spell components, bits of strange, obscure substances. There's candles, there's incense, all sorts of items laid out here. Aiden, you were going to investigate magic?
Yeah, these little jars.
Yeah, give me either a Myths and Legends or an Elementalism roll. That's your magical ability. Ooh. Well, you can't push that. This is not elemental magic. This is something different. It has nothing to do with fire, water, wind, air, but it is definitely strong, powerful magics. But this is beyond your knowledge.
Can I think myths and legends?
Sure, go ahead. Do you want to push
No.
that? Oh.
Oh.
You think that maybe maybe she was lying and it has something to do with that book?
Ah.
Do you give in to the temptation?
It's good role play. Oh. I'm gonna give in. It's good role play.
Okay. You touch the book and you hear a loud click from above you, as though it were to release a cage. However, the cage has already fallen.
Oh.
And when you look at the book, you see that it is in strange symbols, but when you turn it upside down, it says, "Aha, I got you, thief."
Oh, I like that.
I feel very hurt by that accusation.
I know, people are being mean to you, Prasanna.
Could I try a Myths and Legends roll? I'm just kind of
Yes,
standing
please.
here, a little like dazed, because I don't know. I'm very glad to have helped, in in my eyes, a weak, innocent person.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
So you, thinking back on the different pictures you've seen, one of the images in one of the previous rooms has been used. The hand has been used. There was an image of an eye. You're not sure what that may have to do. There's an image of a snake in here. There was also an image of a ship.
I think it has something to do with the ship. I'm going to pick up the ship in the bottle.
As soon as the ship is removed from the shelf, a rumbling sound is heard, and a staircase to the next floor unfolds.
Nice.
Good job.
Well
The ship is amazingly detailed and must have been made by a true master.
So anything happened to the ship when I
No,
picked it
that's
up?
still in the bottle. Do you take the stairs? Anything else you want from this room before you go? To the next room.
McCander's ready.
Yeah.
Heavy, dark drapes cover the windows, casting the entire floor in shadow and gloom. Against the north wall stands a grand four-poster bed, whose closed curtains conceal its interior. On the south wall is another mural. In the four corners of the room you can make out the contours of huge, terrifying figureheads in the form of beasts with grinning jaws. You have seen these figureheads before. Well, at least McCander has. Let me show a picture of the figureheads to everyone else, although I think I sent it to everyone. But you see these wooden figureheads in this room. Looking at the mural, this scene painted on the south wall depicts the same beach as the other two murals. Dark clouds frame the image, where the young man is kneeling by what looks like the young woman's corpse. The house is on fire. In the background is a ship sailing away from the shore. Let me pull your tokens in here and let you guys wander around a little bit.
I'm gonna do the typical myths and legends. That's what's helped us
Perfect.
all the
Go
way
ahead and give
through
me a
here.
roll.
Oh, damn it.
Ooh.
Let's go. Last condition. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Woo!
Oh,
Oh,
and you
no.
had it too. You are stumped. It's hard to say what it could be in this room. There's these terrible figureheads. There's this mural, and there's this strange or drapes over the windows, and this strange four-poster bed. What is Orla doing?
I want to investigate the bed.
The bed. When you touch the bed,
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
the figureheads in the corner began to tremble and shift and move as though enchanted by some sort of foul magics. You
Can
pull
we
back
just
the.
know how much time we have left until the sinking?
You estimate there's probably 20-ish minutes.
Oh my god, okay.
Okay.
Behind the drapes of the four-poster bed, you see this. In the bed lies the waxy corpse of a bearded old man with his hands at his side. But we are stuck in a combat, so let's get this going.
Okay.
Okay, Aoden will go first.
Well, I'm hoping that since these are made of wood, they will take damage from my fire.
I think that's a reasonable assumption. Do you want to push that?
I will push that. Perhaps these are disgusting and they make me sickly.
They are foul looking. There we go. Go ahead and roll damage. It does 7. However, it seems to do double that amount of damage.
Oh, yes.
But they seem to have some sort of natural armor of sorts.
Damn. So how damaged does it look?
It looks like it is down about a third.
Okay.
This figurehead over here lurches forward, moving rather slowly, but enough that it can attack. and I think these might be, these are monsters. An icy wind. The beast rears its hideous head and blows a freezing wind through the entire room. Everyone must make a bushcraft roll not to get cold.
Can I like take the blankets from the bed?
If you want to. So, Krisana, make a bushcraft roll. And cold.
Oh, sorry.
So when you are cold, you cannot. If you don't have a blanket, you get a bane on when you're trying to rest. And if you fail this, you can't regain hit points or willpower points until you warm up. So this could be a lot worse.
And I had a demon.
And
What
you
does
got a
that
demon.
do?
It is a lot worse. So you are definitely cold, and you're going to take a little bit of damage here.
Oh.
You're going to take only 1 point of cold damage.
Okay.
We go to Makander.
Right. Yeah, we're in a pretty tricky spot. Earlier, I think it was obvious that an axe wasn't going to work on that ghost, but these guys are made of what looks like wood to me. I'm going to chop them down.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
I think your axe will work quite well
I can
here.
move, but yeah, I think I'm going to try to move like towards the center of the room, towards the south.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm totally going to get murdered and surrounded, but...
And you probably recognize that fire also seemed to be quite effective against these guys.
Right, that fireball was nice.
I'll see this guy moves up. You've got enough movement if you want to attack him. You can go ahead.
Alright, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. So you can deal double your weapon damage. Probably don't get a free attack against another enemy, so if you want to roll that, it's going to deal double damage.
I did get free attack, but that just seems like the... Ooh, yeah.
You chopped him into kindling. Well
Earlier,
done.
I was not perturbed by these guys at all when I was downstairs swimming around. These guys, I remember,
Yeah.
I think I rolled a dragon. I was not...
You
worried
did.
about
Yeah,
them.
you were not threatened at all by these. This one in the corner will lumber forward just out of reach of Aedan. Krisana, your turn.
Okay.
So if you look up to the north, this figurehead here is basically going to be engaged with Orla. You could possibly sneak attack that one if you wanted to.
I was gonna ask if I could do something that would be Rule of Cool.
I love it. Tell me what you want to do.
If I could do like my backstabbing thing, but instead of actually backstabbing, I would like to use my flint and tinder and set it on fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can sneak up, or Aedan, or not Aedan. Makander probably had a torch. He probably dropped the torch in the center of the room, which is right near where you
I
are.
actually DM'd her and I said I was going to give her my torch, but I think
perfect.
she might have one already.
Perfect.
But either way, she's got one.
Yeah, then you could sneak up and you could backstab with the torch. I like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my thing.
I'll move you right up here behind that guy.
It's that guy here. I'm gonna I do my...
So you'll get a boon, and it will deal
Yeah.
additional damage.
So that's a boon, which will just erase my...
It'll
days.
erase your bane. Yep. Oh,
Oh!
nice.
So
Okay.
double weapon damage.
Double weapon
plus-
damage. And then you're going to
plus
roll an
bonus
additional
by-
2d8 because they're going to take double damage. So he's going to take 13.
Yeah.
Nice. He is in about 50% of health. He's pretty close to down.
But that's fire damage. So
Oh,
does it
sorry.
take
Yep,
more?
fire damage. Whoops. Yep, sorry. He's gonna take double that. So this guy.
So 26.
Yep, he is gonna be dead. Let me put the skull on him. Boom. You got him. You set him on fire. He goes up like so much kindling. Orla, your turn.
Okay, I'll try to go for the one in the corner.
The one down here in the bottom corner. Okay.
Yeah, with my longbow.
Perfect. Do you want to do your twin shot and hit both of them? Cost you 3 willpower.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yes.
So that counts for both attacks. So you're going to roll double damage on both of those.
Wow.
Awesome.
So go ahead and roll damage. Oh, that's terrible damage. So that's your first damage. Let me get your second one up here. So you're going to do 16 on one of these, and you're going to do 24 on the other. This guy's already wounded. Do you want to do the 16 on him? The
Yeah.
one that's next to Aoden?
Yeah.
And that one is dead.
Great.
And this other one will take 24. Oh my gosh. He had 24 hit points. So, wow.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, that was easy. So much
One
for those
round,
guys.
One
Wow.
turn of combat, guys.
That was impressive. Okay, well, so much for that. Taking on 4 monsters all at once. No big deal. All right. Now what do you do?
Well, this is the corpse in the bed, right? I'm very interested in that. I don't know what
Yeah.
that entails, but that's my priority.
To check out the bed?
Yeah.
So I think I sent the picture of the wizard. Give me
Yeah.
a spot hidden
Yeah.
roll, McKender. Oh, terrible.
I mean, I'm not gonna win, but might as well.
Oh! Man.
Oh!
How many dragons have you wasted?
Yeah.
If anyone wants to do their round rest now, there's only one room left. So you could recover 1d6 willpower points.
Oh, I would love that.
You find nothing in the bed besides the curiously preserved corpse of an old man.
One willpower, of
Wow.
course.
It's almost not even worth trying.
0, Orla.
Oh boy. Well, I think her willpower must have been full.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have any.
So actually, you would
Okay.
have just used 3 willpower to do your double attack. So then you are going to regain some there. I don't think you took it off of your character. So you rolled a... What did you roll?
Well, I think with a dragon, it gives you willpower back.
Oh, that's right. You did roll it. Yeah, yes, that's right. That's what happened. So you didn't spend the willpower because you had rolled a dragon. So excellent. Then so Makander found nothing on the bed besides the old man, who does not stink or smell. Curiously.
Can I help him in his search?
Sure. Give me a spot hidden roll. And there are these. It's still dark in here because of there's curtains covering all the windows, so you still are just seeing by torchlight.
Yeah, I want to try
And I
to open the
cannot
window.
push. No.
You can't. No, because you don't have any conditions left to take.
Yeah.
You are filled up of conditions. What was that, Orla? You said you want to
Like open the drapes.
open a drape. Okay. You peel back a drape, and light streams into the room, and you also hear the grinding of stone from up above, as though perhaps you are onto something here. And you have exactly 10 minutes and 50 seconds left. So you open maybe this drape over here, light comes in, and you hear a sound from up above.
Okay, so maybe opening all the drapes.
Okay, it will take you a little time, but every time you slide one of the drapes and allow light into the room, you hear more rumbling from up above. Until eventually you have removed all four and a staircase appears.
Nice.
And you find yourself at the top of the tower.
Oh my god, are there two and we have to choose which one is the right one?
Yes,
Just choose
there
wisely.
are.
Oh no.
The top of the tower consists of a large glass dome bathed in an unnatural green light. Outside the dome, the sea extends in all directions, and a balcony runs around the tower. In the center of the room is a stone podium on which two brightly luminous emerald-like stones are resting. At the northern end of the floor is a black stone sarcophagus. A sobbing boy is sitting head in hands on the floor behind the podium. He weeps terribly, and he looks not unlike the scribe that you saw before. You think that this may be a ghost. So there's a boy weeping over here by the podium. Let me pull some tokens in. What would you like to do? You have 9 minutes and 4 seconds left.
Myths and legends?
Give me a Myths and Legends roll. Actually, give me a spot hidden first.
Spot hidden first?
Yeah.
Alright.
And anyone else that wants to kind of gather info. Oh! Man! It was a dragon.
Dang.
But I
So-
still succeeded.
You did.
anyway,
You succeeded. So you see that on the sarcophagus, the relief outside of the sarcophagus lid depicts a beautiful young woman in an ankle-length tunic. You recognize this woman from the murals further down in the tower. We've got Aoden succeeded on his Myths and Legends roll. You notice that the emeralds on the podium look completely identical. There's an image of a demon under the western stone and a lindworm under the eastern one. And you recognize the lindworm was the symbol you found under the cage.
Right, when we opened it up.
I'm going to assume that's the safe one. Can I make a elementalism roll to see if there is a trap in here? A magic
Yes,
trap?
please do.
Oh!
Nope, no traps at all. Go ahead and touch whatever you like.
I thought
But the
you were
good
gonna
news is you'll
say
have a chance
there
to
is a
improve
trap
that.
and you just
No, you don't think that there's anything trapped with the stones. They look like they would be just fine, and you think you could probably just choose one if you so desired. So the one on your left has a demon under it. The one on the right has basically a dragon. It has a giant serpent. You have 6 minutes and 52 seconds left.
Usually dragon means good and demon means bad,
I
but...
think I'll pick up the one with the lindworm.
With the lindworm, you feel the tower shake, and you notice a large shadow growing outside the tower. I'm going to send you a picture.
Oh, shit.
This massive serpent has returned to the tower. You notice as he gets close, he is missing his left eye. And he says, "Fools! Return to me what is mine. You have accepted the bargain. Now, give me the treasure."
Well, that was our bargain, so if everyone is okay, I will give him the emerald.
Now, holding this in your hand, you know that this is worth a king's ransom. That people have, every 20 years, people have come and risked their lives to try and get this brilliant emerald from the top of the tower. Would you hand it over so easily?
Well, how far from the shore are we?
Looking from here, you're quite far. You could possibly swim. A Makander could make the swim. But you don't know if the rest of you would survive. It looks to be miles to the shore.
There are 2 of them, so we could like give him one and take the other.
And take the other.
What does everyone else think we should do?
The choice seems clear to Makander. I think we made an oath, right? We said we'd do this.
You did. You did indeed. You see no reason why you should back out of this. What is the consensus? Give back the eye?
I think, yeah, we'll go out onto the balcony and return the eye to the serpent.
Orla, what about you? Do you think you should give back the eye?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me put Krakul over here. Oh, you're over there. Let me put Krakul over here. What about you, Krasana? Give back the eye?
I'll go with the group.
Okay, and Makander, you're okay giving the eye back?
Yeah. I mean, I'm quite disturbed by this like crazy-looking creature, but where does your oath?
And you know this was that old man, or very likely that old man in disguise. The great worm lowers its head, its massive eye socket exposed, and it holds its head steady, waiting for Aedan to put the emerald into its eye. Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Sleight of hand is not very good.
You have 3 minutes and 33 seconds left. Do you want to push that? Don't drop it into the sea. Is all
Well,
I'm
I
saying.
only have a 5, so I'm probably going to fail it.
Do you want
I
to
will
hand
push
it to someone else and let them do it?
Yeah, if someone else is better at this, I will.
I think Krasana is
Me.
probably quite
Me.
skilled. Yeah.
Oh, but I have a Bane, though. Is there anything
So I'm
anyone
going to
can do
give
that-
you a boon because you're not having to be sneaky because he's just waiting for
Thank
it. But
you!
as
Thank you.
Aedan goes
That's
up,
all
he kind of bobbles it, and almost drops it off the side.
I
Go ahead
still
and-
miss it! Oh!
2 minutes and 45 seconds. You place it into his eye socket, and it begins to slide out, and then it falls. It falls over the side. And Krakul looks at you with a look of pure anger. And then he thrusts his head down. You hear a loud splash. And the water surges and boils beneath you. And then he comes up again with the emerald in place. He lets out a loud sigh. Then he roars with newfound strength. He rises back up to the full extent, the full height of the tower. He gives a grateful nod, and then dives into the dark sea. You have 2 minutes and 3 seconds left. What do you
To
do?
do what?
Before the tower sinks.
But where are we now?
So you're up at the top of the tower.
Oh, we get the fuck out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just have a question.
Yes.
So I have that ship in the bottle.
Yes.
And you said it was magical.
Yes, you sense there was indeed magic there.
I'm gonna try opening that and taking the ship out.
You take the ship out and nothing seems to happen. Give me another elementalism roll. 1 minute and 19 seconds. You know that this requires an element. Earth, air, fire, or water.
Probably water.
Probably
So if I
water.
drop it down into the sea,
Oh, you're just going to drop it from clear up here?
I could cast my gust of wind, perhaps lift it down slowly.
Well, I don't know that would lift it slowly. That might push it further out. 42 seconds left.
Just drop it, honestly.
Yeah, I'll just drop it.
You drop it. You let the ship fall over the side, and you watch it plummet, and it tumbles a few times, and it hits the water, and bobs for a moment, and then, faster than the eye can blink, you see the ship become a massive sailing ship, as large as a two-masted schooner. This could surely be the way out. You have exactly 10 seconds. And so you see the ship kind of bobbing. The sails are raised, and it begins to slowly bob, coming close to the tower. And there is the alarm. Let me turn that off. That was perfect timing. And with that alarm, you feel a loud rumble, and the tower lurches beneath your feet, and you are dropping swiftly. Every 10 seconds, one floor drops down. As the tower begins to draw down, you can hear the water being sucked inside. You're nearly knocked off your feet. In fact, everyone make an agility roll as the tower begins to sink straight down into the water. Oh, now you're all rolling awesome. We just need... Oh, that's a handful of dice.
Oh.
I think every Chrisanna just needs to make her agility roll. I think. Oh no, she did. Everyone succeeded. Excellent. So you managed to stay on your feet. The tower lurches, sinks. You're about 20 feet above the water. As it begins to plunge again, the draw of the water pulls the ship close towards you. You'll need to leap to the ship, otherwise you're going to be in the water and sucked down under. You'll need to make some sort of agility roll, or hope that you can swim your way over to the ship. Since you all retained your feet, I'm going to give you a boon to the roll. McCander succeeds. He's probably the one that was least important there. So Chrisanna falls in the water. You don't need to make a swimming roll, Orla. You'll just make an agility roll. Unless you want to dive in the water. And did Aodin make his agility roll? Yes. So Aodin
do I
and
need
McCander.
to swim?
You'll need to swim, so give me a swim roll. And Orla, you can just make an agility roll. It'll be up at the top of your sheet, not necessarily a skill.
Damn it.
So Chrisanna, you're going to need help. You're starting to sink. Aodin and McCander made it to the ship. And Orla leaps elf-like and graceful to the ship, but your halfling has disappeared under the waves. What do you do?
I gotta go in, I guess.
I think you gotta go. You gotta jump in. Give me a swim roll.
take your armor off first.
Yeah, you want to
Maybe.
take off that armor. Of course, it'll make you sink faster. You might have an easier time catching up with her.
That's true. It doesn't actually give me a doing in my swimming roll, according to like.
Yeah, I don't think that it does. I think it affects your Constitution roll, but this won't automate that, and so we'll just assume you've taken it. Oh, there you go. That was like on a 19 for a second. You manage to swim down, and you spot Krisanna, bubbles just slowly trickling out of her mouth as she looks up at the surface of the water, thinking it's so far away, and it's only like 8 or 9 feet, but to a halfling, that's quite far. You manage to swim down and get your arm around her, and with your webbed feet, you kick your way back up to the surface, and as you break the surface, you see Orla and Eowyn in the ship, and they throw you a rope and pull you on as the ship begins to sail away. You have survived the sinking tower. You were not able to reclaim the treasure at the top, but by saving Krakul and rescuing his eyesight, perhaps you have done yourself just as well. But you did not come away empty-handed. You found a gold ring, Makander did, that came at great cost, and one of you took the elixir with the green liquid in it. I forget who took that.
I did.
You took that. And now we get to make improvement rolls. So, if you want to try to improve your characters, you'll each get to select 5 skills. So if you open your sheet and go to your skills,
And I already had 5.
already checked. You rolled a lot of dragons and demons. So I'm on Orla's now. So Orla, you can go to your skills, and you're going to have a bunch of white boxes next to your skills. One of them already has an arrow. That's your bow. So don't select that one, but select 5 other ones and just check the box. And then when you've got those checked, you can go ahead and click on that arrow, and it will make an improvement roll. And if you succeed, you'll get to improve your skill.
Do these 5 include the ones that are from demons?
Yeah, no. So you get 5 additional.
Oh, nice.
So 5 just as a reward for doing well. And then plus whatever you earned. Oh, Eowyn's beast lore improved. And Krisanna failed to improve awareness. There's a lot of dice on my screen. A lot of high numbers, which is really good. So... boy, everybody's doing well. Look at all those dice. It's going to crash Foundry.
Shows how much we struggled with bad dice rolls.
I know. So I think I've only seen one of Orla's, and it was a bow. So then if you just click on those arrows, Orla, it should roll to try and improve those. There we go. Excellent. So we've all got some improvements here. We've got a little bit of treasure, but we have a fascinating story to tell. I want to thank everybody for venturing to the sinking tower, for solving the puzzles and exploring the top and making the right choice at the end. Otherwise, you have to fight Krakul, and he's a beast. Any questions before we finish up, or any comments? Did everybody enjoy it? Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, that was great. That really that rolls very a lot. It really picked up towards the end.
Oh yeah. And the timing was like perfect. Like I set the 1 hour timer and it went off, and I set another, and you seriously finished with like 11 seconds left. So that was perfect timing. Orla and Krisanna, did you guys have a good time? Eowyn, did you have a good time?
Yeah, I did.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was fun.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I'll try to get this posted tonight. I know it's way late, so you're welcome to watch it tomorrow or some other time. But I will see some of you tomorrow. I think I've got Creeping Ooze with Henrik and Clara. Are you in the Creeping Ooze? tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure I am.
I think you are. I don't think you are, Luke. I don't think you're in the Cypher System game
You know
tomorrow.
what? If you like that sign up, I should be able to do.
It might be full.
Hold on, actually, the time maybe. That might be why I did.
Yeah, it might be full. I'll look.
Right.
If I can open up a spot, I'll let you know. It's a free game, so you can't beat those. And if you're not able to get into this one, I can always open up another one, here soon. But then I think I've got Clara and Luke and Henrik and Miss Pick, I think on Sunday for Vaesen. And we've also got someone else joining us, Tommy Gun. So Vaesen is fantastic. I think you guys will really enjoy it. It's like Call of Cthulhu meets like 19th century Sweden. So really, really, really cool stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and log off. I will check, Luke, on the game tomorrow and see if there's an opening. I don't think I have any additional pre-gens, but maybe I can get you in. I'll see if there's an opening. If not, I'll get you in another game soon.
Do you have any upcoming other Dragonbanes?
So I'm running. Clara and Luke are going through a solo. Solo with two people, a duo. Not this Sunday, but I think the next Sunday. I think we're doing the Alone in Deepfall Breach. Henrik, you and I have done all of the Alone in Deepfall Breach, and then we also did the Light of Evanor solo campaign.
Yeah, that one was
a lot of fun. I don't have any other single adventures, but there are a couple of campaigns I've wanted to run. There's Path of Glory that just came out that looks phenomenal, and there's also one that came with the core box. It's like 11 adventures, but I've not looked through that. So at some point I may get some more Dragonbanes, whether they're one-shots like this or even a campaign going.
Well, you can count on us.
I know you guys would be good for it. You guys have been phenomenal to play with. I'm just so excited that, one, you're getting to experience new systems and new games, and two, that I get to play with you, because it's been a blast. So, and I can get, if you... Well, thank you. And if you enjoy Vaesen, I've got a couple other Vaesen scenarios that I've run. I just don't have them set up on Start Playing, but I've got them set up on Foundry. And
by the way, just saying, Luke and I also have First Night in Normandy in November.
Yes. So that's going to be the Cypher System. So that'll be the same thing we're playing tomorrow, Clara. You'll get to learn it tomorrow, and then you'll be an old pro by then. And once you know the Cypher System, you can do Old Gods of Appalachia, which is awesome. I've got a game of that coming up in like a week or so. And Old Gods of Appalachia is really cool. Again, it's like Call of Cthulhu, but it's in like 1925 West Virginia or Kentucky, and kind of the Appalachian lore, and it's tons and tons of fun. Kind of creepy cryptids, Wendigo, Bigfoot kind of stuff, as well as witches and haunts and stuff like that. So lots and lots of fun. So I will. I'm going to sign off because it's like after midnight, I think, for you, Clara, and it's like 11:30 for you, Luke. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will talk to you guys later tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye.
Awesome.
Thank you. Bye bye.
See ya.